Welcome back. And now to business-related stories. Nigeria's headline inflation rate has experienced its first decline since December 2022, dropping from 31.19% to 33.4% in July 2024. This information was revealed in the Consumer Price Index inflation report released by the National Bureau of Statistics on Thursday. The report highlighted a 0.79% decrease in headline inflation for July. However, the July inflation figure remains 9.32% higher than the rate recorded in the same period in 2023. On a month-on-month basis, the headline inflation rate for July 2024 stood at 2.28%, slightly lower than the 2.31% report in June 2024. Now, joining us to discuss this is public affairs analyst Johnson Adegbola. Mr. Adegbola, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Now, we'd like to know what were the primary economic factors contributing to the recent decrease, no matter how small, in Nigeria's inflation rate after 19 months, no less.
Actually, let me just quickly itemize some measure that's been put in place by the federal government. Number one, about the zero tax imposed on imported goods, I think is one of the factors. Then another factor that I may say that government spend huge amount of money on the security architecture so that to control the insurgents in the northern region in order to allow the farmer to continue with the normal production.
So security is one, and then the zero tax. So how has the drop in inflation impacted key economic indicators such as maybe consumer spending and investment levels, and also economic growth as well?
Actually, now if you look at the current rates, of our GDP, the GDP has increased, and if you look at the inflationary measure as well, it has reduced. As it is now, it is 3.40. Compared to the last month, which is 3.19, I think, which shows that the federal government is working.
Okay, so these sound like just numbers. How would it actually affect the common man walking on the street looking for his next meal if these numbers continue to come down?
Number one, it will improve cost of living, number one, and it will also increase the purchasing power of the consumer. However, if you look at the perishable goods now, like tomatoes, like yam, as it is now, is currently decreasing in Nigerian markets.
So that's the consumer, the individual consumer. Recently, manufacturers came out to tell that they can't increase prices anymore if the rates continue to go up. Will this affect or maybe decrease inflation? Would it affect interest rates? And also, how might this influence borrowing and lending behaviors within the economy?
Actually, you see, government put like a fiscal and monetary measures in place. In respect of the fiscal policy, which I said in my introductory remarks, in respect of zero tax on the consumer goods, and they increase the level of productivity. And what makes a company of X, Y, Z then move from this country to another sister country is because of the Nigerian market looking for cheap labor. But as it is now, I think that most of the companies who left Nigeria are coming back based on the measures.
Is 1 month enough to tell that these guys would come back? Will this continue? Will the trend continue? Will the inflation rates continue to drop? And honestly now, because, I mean, after 19 months, that's a long time to wait for just a few figures, a few units to drop.
Actually, 1 month cannot be enough because if you look at, number one, let us talk about the moribund companies in Nigeria who has been dilapidated for over the years. The government is now trying to revive those industries. And if you also look at the investment as well, I think government is gaining confidence in the eyes of the investors so that by the time the government has started establishing or expanding the economic growth, most of the investors who left, can come back. And if you now look at the indices of the employment as well, truly we are experiencing unemployment rate is increasing as our 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And I think that the policies in which the central bank put in place in order to reduce the learning and to improve the agricultural facilities so that those farmers can go back to their farm.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you very much for joining us, sir.